Hear ye, the Miller horns, signaling the start of our CCRP update for this week. CCRP was created in 2009 as a legacy project of Procom Limited and launched in 2010 by our Executive Chair, Jean Lowry Chin, to celebrate, protect, and empower Jamaica's seniors while offering many benefits. Visit our website at ccrponline.org. CCRP Update is brought to you by JNGI for the very best value and a boatload of benefits. As promised last week, today's update will zero in on the BCIC JNGI merger and the great benefits of this development for customers and potential customers, because we want to see you in there with us. No better source for this information than the accessible and transparent Mr. Peter Levy. He's the Managing Director at BCIC, but first we do a little family business. For your financial security, our CCRP Update sponsors, BCIC, offer their amazing JNGI Silver Shield plan for auto and property insurance exclusively for CCRP members. Because they care about your safety on the road, the CCRP Silver Shield Auto Plan includes free benefits from the Jamaica Automobile Association, with valet service for vehicle registration, fitness, and 24-hour roadside assistance. Help us to continue advocating for your rights and assisting seniors in need. When you're a CCRP member, you're actively supporting the rights of seniors and the elderly and assisting in our outreach programs. If you're 40 or over, you're eligible to join CCRP. For a fee of only $3,000 per year, CCRP opens up a world of exciting events. And members, you also have access to discounts of up to 30% from our more than 100 discount partners, and the list is growing. CCRP also offers 3 high-value health insurance plans for local and international coverage. On next Sunday's program, we'll speak with Ms. Charmaine Allen, and she's the CCRP Parish Representative for Westmoreland. Now to the core of this week's update. We're joined by Mr. Peter Levy, Managing Director of BCIC. The topic, as we mentioned, is the latest news on the BCIC JNGI merger. Welcome, Mr. Levy. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you, Jerry. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. So, as the young people say, what's the tea? How far along are we?
Well, so the acquisition occurred in June 2025.
Right.
And we didn't budget for the occurrence of a major catastrophe along the way.
Yep.
So that's complicated matters somewhat. But in some ways, it's even accelerated things, because one of the things we found was that where we had 2 branches in one town, one of the 2 branches might have been forced to close because of the effects of the hurricane, and we were able to shift those operations to the other branch. So it actually provided us with some continuity in a few of the towns to the west of Kingston, the western half of the island. And we're effectively operating as one operation. The legal process is still underway, and again, that's complicated because BCIC has business in other jurisdictions, so we're dealing with multiple regulators, going through approvals process with them. But as far as customers here in Jamaica are concerned, we still have the King Street location up and running.
Yes.
Effectively, we've moved kind of almost all of the back office operations to the BCIC premises at Duke Street. So, but as far as the customer is concerned, they can still go and get the full range of services at any of the branches that of either JNGI or BCIC. So the number one benefit that our customers appreciate is what we call Easy Pay, which is the customer can choose any period from 4 to 11 months over which that he's going to pay the premium, the annual premium.
Right.
And I mean, I know, speaking for myself, even though I'm in the business, if an expense is annual, you never really are fully prepared for it. The month comes along when it's due, and it's kind of like, where the hell am I going to find this money at this point in time? So the monthly thing is, it was like that for school fees for me. I remember that one. So what we're saying is, you don't have to find all of it one time. You can spread it out, as I say, anywhere from 4 to 11 months. And that's something that customers at BCIC have had for a couple of years, and it's gotten very good take-up. and we're happy to be able to bring it to the JNGI customers as well. JNGI product known as Silver Shield is designed for over 60s. We have decided that's a very good product, so that one is going to survive and become a BCIC product going forward. So we're maintaining that product and the discounted rates that apply for the people who qualify. So that benefit will continue, and again, whatever benefits and features BCIC have to offer, like the Easy Pay, will be applicable to those products. A lot of people may not realize is that if you make a claim when it's not your fault, you still are at risk of losing that discount. If somebody runs into you and you're not at fault, but for whatever reason the insurance company is not able to successfully claim on that person who was at fault, whether they didn't have insurance or whatever the case may be, you stand to lose a discount in that case through no fault of your own, literally.
Right.
And we said, that actually doesn't seem fair. The existence or not of valid insurance on the part of this negligent third party who has nothing to do with you shouldn't make your premium go. So we said, well, let's do it on the basis of who's at fault in an accident rather than whether or not we can recover in those cases. So if I have two cars and I have a discount based on my driving record with my first car, I should get the benefit of that discount on my second car, because if anything, the risk is even lower because I can't be driving two cars at the same time. The approach we've taken is if you're a driver and you own two cars, it's your driving that's important. So we'll extend whatever discount you've earned on the car number one to car number two.
Yes.
So that's how we handle the discounts at BCIC, and all of the former JNGI customers will have the benefit of those that way of doing things.
Yes.
Another big one is, and maybe particularly so for the target audience, CCRP members, is our roadside assistance, BCIC Assist, which was the first such service in Jamaica provided by an insurance company. We offer it to all private car policyholders, whether comprehensive or third party. There are a lot of those programs out there that other people have kind of imitated, but only apply to comprehensive and not to third party. But if you're out there with a flat tire and a flat spare, it doesn't matter whether you have third party or comprehensive, you need that assistance.
Yes.
So we've extended to all of our private motor car customers, and in fact we found that the providers of that service who we engaged a few years ago, we found that their interpretation of roadside assistance was very literal, because we had a customer who had a flat battery, but the car was in their driveway, and the roadside assistance people were telling him they only respond if it's on the roadside. So we immediately issued an instruction to say for BCIC, if for no other insurance company, wherever the customer's car is, that's where you need to respond. So traditionally, windscreen coverage was offered as part of a comprehensive policy. But one of the things we found was that cover generally had a limit on it, a dollar amount limit. And of course, with inflation, it only took a couple of years before those limits were obsolete. And we were getting a bill for like $80,000 for a windscreen, and the amount of cover in the policy was like $20,000. And that didn't make sense to us. So what we did was we took off that limit and we said, there's a natural limit to how much a windscreen can cost. And so we don't have to worry about capping it. If we cap it, then we have to look at whether or not we have to adjust it every few years, and we don't need that administrative work. So we just said, okay, it's unlimited. Whatever the cost of replacing that piece of glass is, it's covered under your policy. All we have to do is get a notification that the glass is broken, and we issue a purchase order, which you can take to that provider, and they will change the glass on spot for you and then send us the bill. So customer isn't out of pocket, and it's very seamless and straightforward.
What about new vehicle replacement?
Yeah, that is a benefit that we brought a few years ago. Again, you know, they say, if you buy a new car, one of the things they say is that as you drive it off the lot, you've lost 20% of the value. Because insurance policies are liable to pay for the market value of the vehicle if it's written off. And so you could and you did have situations where people were unfortunate enough to have a car that's a couple of months old. And maybe they paid $4 million for the car, and then at the time, 4 months later, they're getting $3.5 million. So they've just lost $500,000 just like that. So we said, no, that's something that, it's not something that comes up very often, but we don't want people to be in that position.
Right.
And if you've just got a new car, first of all, the misfortune of having a new car total within the first year of its ownership is hard enough for anybody to have to stomach. So what if we did not apply that basis of calculation, but said, okay, if you have a new car that's written off within the first year of you taking possession of it, we'll just give you back a new car to replace it. BCIC moved into the PPV market in a significant way a few years ago, and similarly to how we approached the no-fault discount on the private car, we realized that the risk was really represented by the behavior of the driver.
Yes.
And not that of the owner, even more so for PPV, because most of the time the driver is not the owner of the vehicle.
Right.
And so rather than have a discount that attaches to the owner, we said, no, let's discount based on the driver's record. And so we came up with that approach for PPV, and we can discount up to 60% based on a driver having a spotless driving record, which is a difficult thing to do when you're in a PPV role and you're on the road so long and so many hours a day. But there are, taxi drivers get a bad rap, but I think there are a lot of good ones, and there are a lot of safe PPV drivers out there, and that we use the term outside in. That's one of the kind of buzzwords that we use internally. We try to think from the point of view of the customer. What is it that they are looking for from us at any given interaction, and how can we provide specifically that in the most effective way? Thinking like that kind of frees us from the being locked into the status quo way of operating and legacy thinking, because it's a kind of fresh, okay, it's not about what's traditional in the business or what's written in policy, it's about what does a customer in this situation need from us at this point in time. There's a way for us to provide that.
Yes.
And we can make a margin at it, and we can do it efficiently and effectively, then we should do that.
Yes.
So that's the first principle. The second one is that, identifying, for instance, that the risk is represented by the behavior of the driver as opposed to the behavior of the owner, allows us to price in such a way that helps our own business, because we're going to end up with more of the good drivers.
Yes.
So apart from the benefit to those customers, there's a benefit to us as well, because we are helping to improve our portfolio and our performance, because we are targeting the better risks out there and rewarding them for being good risks. So all of this information is available at the website, and of course, JNGI branches, BCIC branches, we're pretty much operating as one.
Yes, wonderful. Great news, Mr. Peter Levy, Managing Director of BCIC. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Blessings. So, until next Sunday at 3 for all things CCRP, visit our website, ccrponline.org, and of course, our YouTube channel, CCRP Jamaica. Remember, soon as you touch 40, join us. No lay straight away. Make a gift of it. What do you say? Insights galore, networking, exciting events, dollars, discount, savings, up to 60%. My goodness, build collections. Don't feel alone. Keep informed now before retirement hits. CCRP Update was brought to you by JNGI. Contact Gallagher Insurance Brokers or JNGI for the very best value and a boatload of benefits.